What is going on, everyone? DC3 Johnson here with another Madden NFL 20 franchise mode video. So where we left off, we unfortunately got eliminated from the postseason, and right now we're going through the awards here. It looks like this time around we're about third for Coach of the Year. Kyler Murray, unfortunately, fourth in the Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC. So not the greatest thing. But we're about to head into free agency, and I mean into the off season. So hopefully we could get a couple pieces to really upgrade this squad. I think we gave it a hell of a run. I think I mean the teams were just really competitive, and we're still building our squad. Kyler Murray I think is still like a 79 overall quarterback, so he's still really young. Still got to work on developing him, and we had injuries that also, like during the season, that affected a little bit of our momentum. So see, already some of the guys are starting to decline here. But definitely a 1 year 2.2, but it looks like he doesn't want to rejoin. I was interested. I was like, okay, we'll give you an opportunity to come back. And we do pick up Hansen. Everybody else either is too expensive or we just don't want to do. We'll franchise tag Patrick Patterson, because it looks like we that position might be a little more difficult to replace, in my personal opinion. And now we just don't have to deal with that. We could just franchise tag him, and we should be okay, I guess. So a couple moves here, trying to go big on. Obviously, we don't have like a lot of cap space compared to year two here. But we'll go ahead and make a few offers, try to really upgrade our weak points here. And it is a little more pricey because we are going a little younger on some of these guys, just because we don't want them to be aging out as our other guys are reaching their peak, basically. And we're already a little out of room. We decided we need to invest in a kicker, because unfortunately our kicker is just too expensive and not really worth the price. Looks like, oh, that one might be a good bid here. And we have a solid amount of picks. So remember, we've been doing pretty good about flipping our picks, which has really helped us. I mean, granted, we have like 3 third rounds. I know there's people that are able to even do first and second rounds, which I give them 100% credit. I mean, for us, it's like I'm pretty sure it can be done. It's just, I don't know. It just seems so time consuming, because the way I've seen people do it, I mean, I could be wrong, but the way I've seen people do it is they keep flipping and flipping picks. So like, say for example, if you trade a fourth for a third, then you go to another team and you trade that third for a second, but you have to offer additional picks basically. And then for that second you offer to get a first pick. So it's just a long process that to me it's just not worth the time or the effort. I rather just, because the one thing about Madden that I like is that it doesn't necessarily mean like you need to have the highest overalls to win. Team chemistry is a much bigger factor here, and definitely that is something I did notice, especially because I've done online franchise with a couple other of my buddies, and sometimes they invest really heavily on getting pure 8. Like they have a rule like, oh, we can only have pure 80s or pure nothing below 76, or they're getting cut or traded. And they have a fantastic regular season every single time, and they get eliminated either in the first game or in the conference championship, or they make it to the Super Bowl and lose. Like team chemistry is very important in this game, from what I've seen. Like you can have a very strong squad, but you might not even make the playoffs. I have seen that. And so you reach, but I mean it's only 9 positions. That's the only thing I don't like, is like it tells you reached even though it's really close. Like 9 spots is not really reaching. Like, yes, it's not ideal, but at the end of the day there's 32 teams here. So it is what it is. Okay, but we got a good pick there according to Madden. Another one there with the defensive tackle, which I believe our guys are starting to get a little bit on the older side. So I think this is the perfect time to really take advantage of that and really flip that for value here. And let's go ahead and So thus far we've been going with the best picks. I think right now we should be okay. I didn't really see any prospects really worth drafting. I might as well see what we can get in the open market here. And these picks are really terrible. The only one offering is my division rival, the Seahawks, offering a third pick for next year, which we are definitely interested because we'll see what ends up happening. And so see, we still have a couple picks here in the fourth, and we're gonna go with a center back here, which apparently looks like we ended up picking 60 spots ahead, which would or we picked him 60 spots after he was supposed to get drafted. So a nice deal for us. And let's again trying to see if we can flip our pick here. Doesn't seem that great, so it looks like we'll go ahead and hold on to this. Yeah, I mean there's a center back there, but look at this tight end, fifth, third. Ooh, yeah. Unfortunately, second does override a third, and so we get a nice I call them showstopper. I always forget it. I call them showstoppers because of HBK, but it's a strong safety. But it's just I don't know. I don't know why I just always call them showstoppers. Like I always have to correct myself because I'm like, oh no way, it's not a showstopper. It's a strong safety. And yeah, so far so good. Midway, we're basically about. I always like to say midway through, even though we're more than 4 rounds in. But it's because usually the bulk of my picks are in that fourth, fifth, and fourth, like third, fourth, and fifth portions. So see, look at how many picks we have in the fifth round, and we still have a couple in the sixth and the seventh. So, and right now we're gonna go with the center back here, which looks like still another good pick here. And since we have a lot of picks to play around with, let's go ahead and throw one to the Bears, and we get a seventh for the following year. The one thing I do have to say, guys, is you want to make sure you're careful what you trade for. I know like the mentality is stock up as many as you can. The problem is Madden automatically caps you at 25 picks. Like it won't allow you to trade anymore if you have more than 25 picks in your arsenal. So that's the only thing. Like you have to keep that mentality of like I can go up to 20 or 20 or 21, but I wouldn't be trading and trading and trading just to get multiple picks, because there'll come a moment where you'll want a specific trade to get done and it won't allow you because you already have too many picks in your arsenal. As we get a nice full safety who was ranked 65 in the 6th round. So a solid draft for us, guys, as we head to the 7th. I'm debating whether or not I should keep this pick or flip it. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we got a center back that could have been drafted in the 5th. Another center back. Kicker in the 7th doesn't sound that great. Ooh, a 5th strong safety. Ooh, yeah. I think we're gonna go with this. Yep. Alright. That's cool. And let's go ahead and skip to the next pick. We still have 3 more. Let's see. Let's trade. Okay, Tampa is offering a 6. Perfect. Sounds good. And let's skip to the next one. Let's see if we could keep flipping them until it stops telling me that we can or not. Another 6. Oh, actually, the 49ers. But we'll Jacksonville. That way we don't. The other thing I will recommend is try to avoid, if you can, trading with your division. But that's just me. I just don't like to upgrade their roster if possible. But there are times where they make offers you just can't refuse. And we do end up basically flipping our last 3 picks, which is fine. I mean, we already drafted a fair amount of players anyway, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. And that pretty much should do our off season. Let's go ahead and check our couple guys we need to trade. Actually, sorry, a couple things. We had like 9 wide receivers, so I did trade Wims away. because at the end of the day, we need to cut down to 53 to a 53-man roster, and we were at 69 at the time. So I know the good thing about is Madden is like you have that practice squad, but there's only so many spaces you can fill that with. So might as well get some guys going. Unfortunately, I would want to trade Wilson, but because he is 67 with a high salary, I don't think we'd be able to flip him. So I am going to go ahead and see if I could get a pick for Daniels here, and we do get a nice 5th round pick here. Our right tackle's telling us that prospects looking pretty good and to work on a specific area, which is great because I think Gilbert, I think he's on a 1-year deal right now. So if we lose him in free agency or if he downgrades too much, we have someone to at least fall back on. And I am going to move Devontae Smith just because I do want to keep focusing on Christian Kirk. Right now, CeeDee Lamb is going to be basically our potential #1 wide receiver this season, but I do want to make sure we get Christian Kirk as well in there. And Kyler Murray just went up to an 80 overall right now, so as you can see, still a young quarterback, still learning the game. We'll end up seeing how that develops basically this upcoming regular season. And now this should probably take us to I guess the last thing is the cutting for the preseason. And looks like we got about 15 mans to cut. So this one's easy. Definitely you want to start with your 56 guys. Yeah, we're cutting them. We're gonna cut Miles too as well. This one a little up in the air, but let's go ahead and move to the practice squad. If the option's there, that's fine. This guy's getting cut. For sure getting cut. And probably more than likely getting cut. Player does not meet our standards. Definitely you don't want your assistants to tell you that. We have 10 center backs. Ooh, but we'll go ahead and move them to the practice squad. Low overall, we have depth at this position, but I mean, we'll see. Let's see. Practice squad. Fill the practice squad. Low overall, and we have depth at this position. I'm enticed to move into the practice squad. And ooh, this one's a hefty contract. Okay, let's go back to that one. Rudy Ford as well. Yeah, that contract is horrible. So 3 players. I don't think we would have been able to trade that, because the other thing you have to take in consideration is salary cap for the other teams as well. So there's 3 guys they want us to cut, and before you do anything, so see right here, I'm double checking to see what we can do. I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, let's see, because we could potentially trade these guys. I mean, they're kind of high overall that we can possibly get a pick or 2 out of them, basically. And this is the one thing I will definitely recommend right now. I definitely don't want to cut Grant. So it looks like for sure. Let's just double check our center backs. So I did see we had like 9 or 10 of these guys. Yeah, Grant is pretty good. Byron, Peterson, sorry. So we have some really strong in the front. But this is the part where I definitely recommend before you cut, you definitely want to double check if you can flip them for picks. I would say 67 is probably, at least for a tackle, it's pretty good. In any other positions like a 69 or a 70, that's kind of like your cutoff. So see right now the Browns are totally interested. They're fully green, which means we could probably get a nice pick from them. Let's see if they go for the 3rd. Oh, they bite. Which makes me think I could have gone the 2nd round, but it's all good. You know. And Rudy Ford was the other guy on our list. I mean, it makes sense. 2.5 million. We go to the Browns again, and we offer a 7 because they definitely are taking a contract load away from us. And now Grant, which was, I ended up deciding, I'm like, you know what, we have too much depth in the center back. Let's just go ahead and get rid of him. And we go to the Texans. Texans are full green on him. We do go for that 2nd. They almost bite. So we'll go ahead and throw a 6th round pick at them. And this should definitely get the 2nd round pick for us, guys. and that takes care of your offseason. So instead of cutting 3 guys, we ended up trading them away, and we ended up getting picks in exchange, basically. So that is the way you want to do this. Any single time you have an opportunity, because it'll build up your arsenal of picks. As for the objective for this year, I always like to play a little conservative. I mean, our division is tough, so I'll say 7 wins. And Christian Kirk is going up to an 80 overall, so 2 80s to start off this next upcoming season. Our punters are already kind of going on the higher end, and I think we'll end up leaving the video right here, guys, right before the start of the regular season. I really do appreciate you guys sticking around to the end to watch everything. If you guys are interested, I got NBA 2K as well. I'm working on rebuilds at the moment. For those of you who haven't seen UFC, definitely could check that out. If not, hit the subscribe button and just stay tuned for the next one. You guys take care and stay safe out there, guys.